Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm gonna show you guys how to knit the two-in-one, which is skirt and cowl. And if you want to see more picture, I'll post on my Facebook and Instagram. You can go check it out. Okay. For this project, you have to know how to knit, how to cast on, and how to bind off. But if you don't know how to do all that, I have the video for beginner. I will put the link in description below. And this pattern is very easy. And this is 14 inches wide. If you want wider, you add more stitches when you cast on. Okay, for me, I wearing size medium, and I have 14 inches long. If you want longer, you add more rows. It's not difficult to add more row or add more stitches. And I have 6 buttons for my project. You might need more than that. It's going to depend how long you want your project to be and how close you want your buttons to be in between. Alright, I'm just gonna unbutton and show you guys what this look like. We're not gonna create the buttonhole. We're gonna use the stitch that we knit for the buttonhole. Okay, so we will work in flat. We go back and forth like row 1 and then turn and start row 2 and then turn, start row 3, go back and forth. Alright, and when we're done, we fold it in half like so. Okay, so let's get started. For this project, I'm using this brand, Prerequisites, and the color is Iceland Time. This is bulky number 5. And I bought this from Hobby Lobby, and I bought this long time ago. I'm not sure they still have this. And circular needle size 6.5 millimeter. We will work in flat, but we need circular needle because we have a lot of stitches to carry while we're working. Okay, so scissors and your needle. And you also need sewing needle, thread, and buttons. I use 6 buttons. You might need more than that. It's going to depend how long you want your project to be and how close you want your button to be in between. For this project, I will use long tail cast on. You can use any kind of cast on you like. And then I'm gonna make a loop. If you don't know how to make long tail cast on, I have video tutorial for that, and I will put the link in description below. So my tail on the back and my working yarn on the front. So the loop on my needle right now is counted as 1 stitch. So now we have 2 stitches cast on. And 3 and 4. So I'm gonna cast on 80 stitches. Yours might be different. It's okay. It's very easy pattern. So okay, so I will meet you guys when I have 80 stitches cast on. Now I have my 80 stitches cast on, and then I'm gonna turn and then for row 1 we're gonna knit. So we're gonna knit every single row. So we will create the garter stitch. I'm gonna insert my needle into the first front loop and wrap the yarn around the right needle, pull up a loop, and drop the stitch. And do again with next stitch. Insert the needle into the front loop, wrap the yarn around the right needle, pull up a loop and drop the stitch. Okay, if you are beginner and you don't know how to knit, I have the video tutorial how to knit, and I will put the link in description below. Alright, so I'm just gonna keep knitting in each stitch. Okay, so I will meet you guys when I come to the end of the row. Okay, I have 2 stitches left on the end of the row. I'm just gonna knit the last 2 stitches, but I just want to show you guys. Okay, and then knit to the last stitch. Okay, now we have 1 row, and then I'm gonna turn, and for row 2 we're gonna do the same. We're just gonna knit into each stitch. Okay, this first stitch right here, insert my needle there, do the same, and then next stitch, do the same. Okay, so you just keep knitting, just knit into each stitch. Alright, and I will meet you guys when you come to the end of row 2. So I have 2 stitches left on the end of row 2. I'm gonna knit into each stitch. Okay, now we have 2 rows. Pretty easy, right? And then I'm gonna turn and we start knit again. And then knit into next stitch. So you just keep knitting into each stitch, and then when you come to the end, you're gonna turn and start new row, just knitting into each stitch. So keep making this, just knitting in the single row into the single stitch. And for me, I keep knitting till I have 14 inches length. Okay, so you can keep knitting till you have your desired length, and I'll meet you guys there. Now I have 14 inches length, and then next I'm gonna bite off. Okay, so I also have video tutorial how to biting off, and I will put the link in description below if you wanna check it out. So I just gonna knit the first 2 stitches. One and 2. When I have 2 stitches, I'm gonna pass the first one over the second one. Okay, pass it over the second one, like so. and then we're gonna knit into next stitch. And then now I have 2 stitches into the right needle. I'm gonna pass the first one over the second one again, and we're just gonna keep doing this. Make sure you don't bite off too tight, alright? And then I'm gonna knit into next stitch. And now I have 2 stitches on my right needle. I'm gonna pass the first one over the second one. See, we just repeat same thing. And then knit into next stitch. And then pass the first one over the second one. Okay, so this is how you biting off. You're gonna repeat this till you have 2 stitches left on the end, and I will meet you guys there. Now I have 2 stitches left, 1 stitch in each needle, and then I'm gonna knit into the last stitch here. And then I'm gonna pass the first one over the second one. And then I'm just gonna cut the yarn. Leave a little bit of tail. I pull up a little loop. And then I'm gonna bring the tail into that loop. And we're done. And I'm gonna weave the end, bring the yarn needle. So for both sides, it's the same pattern, so it looks the same. You doesn't matter which side that you're weaving the end. I'm just gonna weave the end into this side. See, I just insert my yarn needle around the stitches. Okay, so you just keep weaving the end till you think it's secure, and then you just cut the yarn. You're gonna weave the end right here as well. After you weave all the ends, you're gonna fold it in half, like so. And next, we're gonna sew the buttons. So I'm gonna put the button into this side. You can put into the other side too. Okay, so perfect for 6 buttons. And then I'm gonna start sew this button first, the bottom one. Alright, I bring my sewing needle and my thread in there and start sewing. Just keep watching video. I don't pull all the way, I just leave the end there. So I'm gonna tie a few knots right there. Make sure it's secure, and you just cut the short thread out and keep sewing. Okay, so you just keep sewing this. After you have one button, you're gonna keep sewing the second button and third button, and I will meet you guys when we sew all the button there. So now I'm done sewing the buttons. That's what it looks like. Remember, we don't create the buttonhole, but we gonna use the hole from the stitch right here. Okay, I'm gonna show you how I put the button in there. See, pretty easy. Okay, that's what it looks like. And you also can play around with your button. Like, I'm gonna move my button this way more to make the cowl or the skirt tighter. See, you can use any hole of the stitch. I think it's really cool project. See, I move here. Oops, not straight. I'm gonna undo that. Okay. See. Okay. Alright, what do you think of this project? I hope you guys enjoy making this. And if you do, don't forget to give me a thumb up and share my video to your friend. And you also can text me on Instagram, and I will put the link or my social media in description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next video. Bye bye.